Good morning everyone, and welcome to Enjoy Your Fishing. I thought I'd come to the Upper Wytham and show you two of my favourite methods. I'm going to just fish a 2 gram flat float today and a pole feeder. Ground bait I've got is a 50-50 mix of river and drain and dark lean. It is. What I do to mix this is I slightly overwet the river and drain, and then with a fine riddle I'll riddle the same amount of black lean in, and then whisk it up with a drill, and then that gives you perfect balls like that. Baits I'm using today, I've got casters, pinkies, baits I'm using today, I've got casters, pinkies, red maggot, a fill worm and some maggots that I've made float. Ideally you could do with fizzy pop to make the maggots float, but I didn't have any, so I've just added some water. The majority of them are floating now. You don't need much, just a little bit of water, and as you can see I don't need much ground bait at all. I'll just save that a little bit, but that's all I'm going to do. Right. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of them out of that and put that into there. Then I'm going to stun some pinkies. Really give them up so they don't move. Right. And I'm going to mix that into that little bit. Like that. Okay. And I'm going to just put a handful of casters in there as well. There we go. And the same with these red maggots. I'm going to just stun them like that. So that they don't move. There we go. That's it. So that's my initial feed there. Right, and then I've got that. I'm only going to be using a little tiny feeder, just a 2-hole feeder with a weight at the bottom. That's one of the things, just measure your quantities of ground bait that you feed. You know, it's been mild in the night, so I'm sure I'll get away with that. But another time, I'd only probably put half of that amount in. Just remember, you can't take out what you put in, so always start a session, especially this time of year, on the slightly negative side. one other tip I would give you is just make sure, because I'm only going to use 2 rigs today, one for the flat float and one for the pole feeder. Just make sure your cupping in kit is the same length as your top kits. Then you know the bait is going in the right place all the time. You're not guessing, you know your bait's there. Okay, right, I shall get my rigs set up and I'll show you my rigs in a while. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that back in there, because I know that's the initial feed. Okay, let me get my rig set up, guys, and I'll talk to you in a bit and run you through my rigs. Okay, bye for now. Hello, welcome back everyone. Just like to thank everybody for watching the videos and subscribing. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to feed that little bit of ground bait that I separated. I've made 3 balls like that, tangerine size. Right, don't forget, there's not as much feed as what you think, because 50% of that is lean. Now to feed, I'm going to feed these in exactly the same place. Now if I just tilt my camera, you can see I use a bump bar on this. I place the end of my pole in there. I'm not going to fish too far out, because there's some right gust of wind that's been happening. So if I just show you, I'm just gonna put that out. I picked a marker on the far bank, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these 3 balls in a line. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm gonna slide that in there like that. Right. Okay, that one is going to go a bit like that, and I'm going to just drop it in from about a foot. And then just repeat the process with the other 2. I'm not putting them exactly in the same spot, just in a line. That foot spread there is. Just so when I'm using my flat float, I can just run it over them. Got enough, and if I do top up, it'll only be like nugget sizes or golf ball sizes, depending on how it responds. Here we go. Let's send 3 balls in. I'll let them settle for a bit, and what I'll do is I'll show you. First of all, I'll show you the pole feeder rig. Right. Okay, if I start at the bottom, I've just got a 0.13 Preston power line down to a size 14 Guru LWGF feeder hook. Right, the hook length is attached to a quick change rubber. I think loads of people make these now, so depend which one you want to use. And that's on a helicopter rig. I've got a bit of a twizzle boom at the bottom of my main line, which I've got a quick change swivel on, and that is the feeder I'll be using. The main line is 0.15. Now then, if I show you the business end, right now what we've got here is, if I show you this, right, my main line, my main elastic in the pole is, I think it's the 12 to 16 midi, right? Now this is me, which is effectively like a float on the pole feeder. I make these. What I've got there is, that's an old float bristle, and I glue a stone flow onto that. Then this elastic is the, it's just the Preston number 3 slip, that's all. Now I've plumbed up so that is showing. Right, I have a loop in my main line, as you can see. Now this enables you to be able to catch smaller fish as well, and you see the bites a lot better, they register better. If you can see that, look, if you imagine there's a fish pulling on that, look, right, it mainly just pulls the elastic, the light elastic, without, can you see, look, without pulling the main elastic out. Right, well then what happens is, if you do get a better fish, the better fish will pull that line through, and then you start playing it on the better elastic. So that's how it works, and it's won me quite a bit of money over the years, so I know it works, and I have made these indicators for a lot of people. Okay, now that's my pole feeder rig. The swans flying about. Swans seem to have done well this year on the river. Right. Now, what I do is, on the what I've got here is, I've got me 2 gram flat float on this, right. I've got a size 16. It's a Sensus, not feeding the one up from that, I can't remember the number, very sorry about that, but it's a Sensus. It's sort of like a medium gauge fine wire hook. That's 010 bottom, and I've got 013 main line, which is power line. Okay, I've got 2 number 8 droppers. Oh, I did have one's come off, so I'll have to put that one on there. Hang on, let me just. Right. Oh. Don't normally put them on with my teeth, but needs must. Right, okay, if you can see that. Well, got 2 number 8 droppers, and this is a 2 gram flat float, so I've got a 1.75 gram Olivet. This enables you to put a stringer shot underneath. Now what that does, it stops you from getting into tangles and, you know, your hook catching on top of the Olivet. It is. Right, the elastic that I've got in here is the MIDI. It's the 8 to 12. I mean, it sounds a bit heavy, but it's set really soft, and obviously I can catch roach on it, but it's just saves. I can swing and if I do get a bream or even a tench, which you can get on these rivers, I know I've got the power there just to be able to get it out. So anyway, we'll give it a go. What I'll do is I'll start on the, I'm going to start size 16, I'm going to start on a 16 on a single maggot, and let's have the first put in. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'll turn my camera so you can see a bit. Right. Right, at the moment I'm just, I've set it up so that I'm just an inch on the bottom. Hopefully you can see that float. I'd normally have it dotted down a lot more than that, but I just wanted you to be able to see the float. No way I would have been able to fish further out than this. Hopefully you can hear me, because the wind is terrible. So hopefully you can hear me okay. All I'm going to do is just run through this like that, because I know that them 3 balls have gone straight down. We'll take them a little bit to break up the way I've mixed them. It will probably take about 40-45 minutes for them to break up. Just had another nice roach, about 3 or 4 ounce. turn the camera so you can see how it works. Hopefully you'll be able to see a bite on that. Can you see it now? Look, just bobbing up and down a bit. I'll wait, just let it develop a little bit. Here we go. Just a little fish. There you go, look. Casters on it, size 14. We'll just put off the casters in this one. And that wind is really naughty. I hope you can hear me, guys. Change in hook size. Here we go. There's a better fish, I think. Nice. Always fight a bit better. Oh yeah? Alright, you. Tricked me, that one did. Thought it was a bit better fish. shows you though that even though a river there's a lot of rain and it's really troubling, you can still catch fish, you can still enjoy yourself. I want more done now before I have a cup of tea. Right, well I love that cup of tea now, guys. Catch you soon. Bye for now. We'll go on the fish now. go, guys. I ended up with about £5. I have all roach apart from a couple of bleak and a little perch. I've bumped one half decent fish, about pound and a half. I've had half on the flat float and half on the pole feeder. About £5 there is. I ain't got my scales with me today. There's about £5. But it's been enjoyable still. I've had plenty of bites. I think if I'd just fished for the roach, I'd have probably had double figures, but I wanted just to show people how the pole feeder worked. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Anyway, let me get these back. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, everyone's a swimmer. Yeah, so yeah, it's been all right really. I've had plenty of bites from roach, but you know, and I wasn't really fishing for them. I was fishing for the better fish, but unfortunately we've not had any of them. But that's fishing. That's why it's called fishing and not catching. But yeah, I think if I'd have just targeted the roach and just fished for them, I'd have probably had double figures. Seems to be plenty of roach about. So I'll have to come down and give it a go one day. Just fish for the roach. I'll probably get bream then. You know what it's like. But I've really enjoyed it. The weather's been a bit bad, but I hope I showed you the basics to be able to fish a pole feeder and that. I've won quite a bit of money on the pole feeder in the past, you know, on various places. It's a great method if the river's got a little bit of pace on it. It's a bit better if it's coloured and that, whereas this got a little bit of colour in, but not much. Anyway, as usual, thanks for watching everyone, thanks for subscribing, really means a lot. I'll keep making these throughout the winter and that for people, and I really enjoy making them, so I'm glad people are watching. And anyway, as always, take care and be safe and enjoy your fishing. Bye for now everyone, see you next time, bye.